Coach Abdul Maikaba na coach wey get personality. Coach wey be say even if he dey kill am, he believe in that system.
Coach Maikaba is a very good coach.
It was when I come across Maikaba. That was when I knew that in football there is different tactics.
The coach pattern is like how when Baka they play their game. The coach don't like to boom, boom.
I think Maikaba is one of the coach that make me understand football more.
When you train with him, if he train you finish, he go still want to train more. He go even if he close train, he go tell us, Coach, time, nah, time.
I think the person I enjoy mostly playing under was Abdul Maikaba.
My name is Abdul Maikaba. My name is Abdul Maikaba, a graduate of physics, born in Kano, 1965, with 8 children, with a wife. I started coaching in the 90s, late 90s. I was encouraged by Coach Kadri Ikana when I was handling the Kano's Pillars feeder team. He encouraged me to come into the senior team as his assistant. And from there, when he is leaving, he recommended me to be the head coach at my young age. And I took the challenge because our senior colleague have recommended me to do the job. And I believe he saw something in me. So I was encouraged to continue. At that time, I was a civil servant, teaching in a secondary school, as I have said earlier. I graduated of physics from Bayero University, Kano. And I even proceeded to have a postgraduate diploma in management and then a master's in business admin. So actually, I like football. With all this I decided to be a coach. And the way I started, I told you, I started as a coach of Kano Pillars feeder team. And from there, I moved to the senior team, where after some time, I have to go back to my place of work in the Ministry of Education, Kano. But people have seen the talent in me, so they will not allow me rest as a teacher. They want me to be in football. It was then before Nuhu Ribadu, a Frenchman called Mr. Lagouche formed a club in Kano called the Buffaloes, where I produced players like Bello Kofa Mata, the late Bello Kofa Mata, Theophilus Afelokai, Chinedu Odoji, Gambo Mohammed, all from the same team. And from that team, we all proceeded to FC Abuja, where Nuhu Ribadu, as the chairman of EFCC, bought the slots, and we continue as a group. I was the first coach to lead a team from FCT to the Premiership, that is in 2008, I mean. And after promoting FC Abuja to the Premiership, I produced players like Nosa Igibu, Anthony Uja, and so many of them in that team. From that team, I moved to Eimba as the chief coach of the team. From Eimba, I moved back to Kano Pillars, where we were able to win the league. I work in Aqua United, Wiki Tories, Plateau United, and now currently I'm the technical advisor of Rangers International Football Club. I believe the most historic club in the country. Brazil 1982 World Cup team motivates me to even be a coach. I respect the coach that work with that team, that is Tele Santana. I like their philosophy, the way they play football, entertaining, attacking football with short passing game, and a lot of individual talent you can see in the team, like Zico, Socrates, Falcao. So they encouraged me a lot. That team encouraged me a lot to be a football coach. But even at the local scene, I followed Amadou Shaibu very well. The late Amadou Shaibu, I followed him very well. I can remember I was assisting Kadri Ikana in Kano Pillars. We played Sharks in Jos in the FA Cup semi-final. I confessed that day that we met a better team, and I really want to be close to this coach that is coaching this team, and that was Amadou Shaibu. That time, that was the first time I know him closely. I want to introduce myself. I like the way your team play football, and I want to follow you. I want to learn a lot from you. He was so happy, and from that time we knew ourselves, and we have been meeting at a time to talk about football. Then Barcelona of Pep Guardiola, they played one of the best football in the world. I followed that team very well, and I like the way they played. So I try to transfer all these ideas into the team I'm coaching. Thus, you see how Aqua United play, Wiki Tories. It looks similar and beautiful, and same way. So anybody that follows me knows that any team I go, I try to impact this philosophy into the team and make sure they play the same type of football. I believe in it, and I'm happy I'm achieving with it.
Coach Abdul Maikaba na coach wey get personality. Coach wey be say even if he dey kill am, he believe in that system. And if you look am, if you just see am, if you just stay, you go think say na one kind mean person. But now when you don't go close to am, you go know say na very soft and free-minded person. Na person to relate with as a coach and also as a father.
Coach Maikaba is a very good coach, because you know, when he come Rangers now, I know him. Yeah. I remember when he did Plateau, I did Ghana. We started to make the call me, say he need me for there, and I know the coach since. The coach pattern is like how when Baka they play their game, the coach don't like to boom boom. As I kick ball, as I play, the coach come and say, Nana, you, I know you like to kick ball, enter, but me, I don't like that one. I like to play, and I watch Europe football everywhere, so I watch. So I can't see and say, the coach like how Baka they play their pattern, so I need to follow the coach. And we they follow. If you watch our matches, you will know, say yes. The match when we no play well, you will know, say we start to kick the ball anyhow. But if you put the ball for ground and we play the coach pattern for her, you will know, say yes. You meet the team. And the Rangers is a very good team. When if you meet, you will know, say you don't meet the team.
Financially, actually, I would say it makes my life better, because I don't think if I'm still a civil servant, I can be able to do what I'm doing in respect to financial spending. Like my children now, 3 are graduates, and I used to pay their school fees along some big men in the country. I don't regret paying how much I pay for my children's school fees, because I believe I'm building their future. My children go to the best schools. I make sure of that. If I'm not financially sound in this, my job, I don't think I can be able to do that. So I will thank the game itself, football. It has made me a better person, to make my children better and my community. From my story, you will understand that I don't stay at home most of the times. I'm in Uyo, I'm in Enugu, I'm in Aba, I'm so many places. So my family misses me a lot. So when they see me, they welcome me. They are always happy to see a hero, a star that went out to make name for the family. Despite the fact that FC Abuja got relegated in 2008, I believe we are one of the best teams in that year. And I can remember some of the games we played the very best of football. And I use, most of the time, I use young players to execute most of the mission I have as a coach. And at that time, I believe that was the first season I produced players like Uja Anthony and Nosai Igebo. Uja Anthony was young. When he came to screening, I noticed him and I encouraged him a lot. There and then, Warri Wolves saw him before the mid-season, and they were so desperate to have him. Any boy that performed wonderfully in my team, the moment he gets a better offer, I will allow him go, because I believe it's a chance to bring in another young player. So I believe FC Abuja, I always remember that team, because it gave me the platform for a team like Aimba to see me and say, come and work with us.
When they talk about in training, you know, now him be one of the coach where I go say, when you train with him, if he train you finish, he will still want to train more. He go, even if he close train, he go tell us, coach, time, you time. So you know that kind of thing. Now, when he come here, all of us, coach don't come. We just say some of us, you know, this in passing ball. Just say we go. Some of us just say we go adapt. You know, but after he come give us his first speech, my brother, we get this confidence, say we go play ball. You understand? And anytime we train finish, he always tell us something. Say, guys, make una no depend only on coaches training. Make una try to work extra to help your career. You understand? And if you see, you go see say, if you enter match, they play. If you don't play that instruction, the kind shout when go shout for you for outside. Like sometimes me, you go give me, but sometimes I go look that kind. Maybe that attacker don't make run. I go throw. I go throw him. Uche. keep the ball, play. That's the kind of coach he is. He believes, even if he's dying, even if he's not going well, believe he should keep the ball, believe in that his philosophy.
I can start with my early age of coaching. When I was coaching players almost the same age limit with me. You can remember Sani Sardauna. I was his coach in Kano Pillars. Players like Amechi Wanze, also Kano Pillars, stationary stores. Players like Imama Mafokabo. Can remember as the coach, I always call them closer to me to advise because of their experience in the game. Later, I coach players from secondary school level, like Bello Kofomata. I scouted him from a secondary school and off to the national team level. I took him off to the national team level on the 17, on the 20. He was able to play for Nigeria very well. I can remember players like Chinedu Odoji. I think is the player that stayed most with me in my life. We stayed together for 8 straight years. We worked together with him from Buffalo to FC Abuja to Eimba. We are all together with him. I think is the player I stayed long with.
I think Maikaba is one of the coaches that make me understand football more. Maikaba, because it's make me understand that football is not all about I can just play. There are different tactics. There are things that you have to learn in football. You know, there was an extent that the pitch was so big to the extent that you cannot run everywhere. But Maikaba have to let us know that there's a shifting, and after the shifting, there's pressing, and there are some certain places you have to play minimum of 1 touch, 2 touch. You know, it's make it more easier for me.
Cyril Olisema, presently with Aqua United. If I'm not happy, he will always make me happy. If you come and talk, I must laugh. Maybe because it's from Wari. You know Wari people. So the boy, he talks a lot and he always makes me laugh. So even if I'm not happy, if he comes, I will be happy. So even my assistant, Coach Ali Zuberu, currently with Gombe United, anytime he see me in a mood that shows that I'm not happy, he will look for that boy. Well, he say, your man is not happy, we'll go and make him happy. So it's one of the players I always remember. If I go back, there is one player called Sani Adamu in Pillars. After he resigned from football, he retired from football. I asked him to come and be my assistant. I sent him to a coaching school, and he came to be my assistant in Buffalo. He always gives me stories that make me laugh. His stories, I don't know where he gets his stories. Every day he has a new story, and you must laugh. So I want him close to me so that nothing will disturb my peace. So there are so many players like that. And there are players that are, anytime you see them, problem. You see problem. Bernard Obuke, one of them, highly talented, but not focused about the job. There is one Odinga in FC Abuja. There is Odinga in Sharks. So I have so many players that they will not forget me, I will not forget them. Like even myself, I know myself as somebody that is that want to make people happy. All my players here, if they see me, you will hear, they will call me old man, because the only team players hate must to call them old. So I used to call them old man. So they are transferring the same statement back to me. Old man, I say, oh, no, I'm not old man, you are old. So actually I think I enjoy staying with players, working with so many players, and I always enjoy my life in this job, coaching.
Listening to Elegbete TV Radio.